All right, all right. Welcome back to Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. I'm Rob Odie. This is Spotlight 39. Just like I promised, we're going live. Three fantastic guests. First up, my man Robert Smith. He's out of Texas, H Town specifically, committed to the University of Maryland. But before we get into it, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on because we're going live, dropping new content every single day. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Comment down below. Tell me who you want to have on the show. Hit that little bell. Let's grow this channel. Let's blow it up. Let's do big things. Let's get the exposure for the kids that truly deserve it. Now that that's out the way, man, let's get into it. Let's have some fun. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that fun stuff. I'm curious to hear your story. The floor is
Yes,
yours, my man.
sir. So like you said, I'm Robert Smith from H Town, Houston, Texas, Dirty South. I play football, basketball, run track, 3-year letterman, committed to the University of Maryland, go Terps. Um, I'm also the president of the Black Student Union at my school, and IEATS, the National Honor Society. My father is Rick Smith, former general manager for the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Got two siblings, two wonderful young siblings, Avery and Christian. Avery's 13 and Christian's 11. And yeah, man, yeah, I'm excited to get on here and talk about my story.
That's cool, man. So look, first and foremost, let's kind of take them back, right? So, if you know who I am and you know what I do, predominantly I'm on Twitter, right? Twitter is kind of my avenue. I jump on Instagram from time to time. Let me pick up my man Biggie on the live broadcast. We gotta have him standing.
Right.
All right, hold on. Cool. So anyway, my man hit me on Instagram, was like, look, I like what you got going on. I like what you represent. If you need somebody to be on the show, let me know. I'm willing to share my story. My man Biggie keep falling. But nonetheless, that's what this platform's all about. He's going to share his story. We're going to get into it. So let's kind of take it back, right? So, high school. Let's kind of rewind the time. Let's think about what was your breakthrough aha moment that really got you, kick started in your recruiting process.
Um, I'd say my junior year against Pearland High School, I had my first 100-yard game, and they're kind of like our rivals almost. And I had a game-winning touchdown, and I had 100 yards. So that game is kind of when I realized, I really can do this, and this is. And school started reaching out more, and I actually went up to Maryland 2 weeks after that
Okay.
for my first visit when they played Michigan. So that probably was that moment where I put everybody on notice, like this is for real. This is where I belong.
Nah, man, that's huge. I apologize. I had to turn my notifications on. I was having some
You
camera
good?
difficulty, so I'm using the iPhone for the webcam. But nonetheless,
I
man.
feel you.
So you said you went up to Maryland, right? So when you
Yes,
say
sir.
when did you hit up Maryland? Like when did you go visit Maryland?
I went Halloween that
Okay.
weekend of 2019. We had a Thursday game and played that game, and then flew up with my dad that Friday and went to the practice, the walkthrough before the game. Stayed up there. I was with Dino Tomlin. That's my guy. I've known him since way back when.
Okay.
Um, so I was with him, and we were in the hotel, and then woke up in the morning, went and did all the things for the recruits, on game day. Was on the field, walking throughout the facilities and stuff like that, and talking to locks and just going around and watch the game. And we were there for a good 2 3 days, and it was great.
So at that point, were you sold on Maryland, or were you still exploring other opportunities?
Nah, I wasn't. I actually Locks reached out to me. He was the first. They were the first school to get at me, and Locks reached out to me. He just told me. He said, "I know other schools gonna come and try and get you, but just remember who was first."
Yeah.
And I always remember who was first. But when I was up there, I was not. Maryland was just the jump start, the
Okay.
kickoff. But yeah, so I wasn't not at all actually.
I got you. So once you got through, you got to see the sights and sounds of what Maryland has to offer, right? Which is a beautiful
Yep,
campus, by the way.
yep.
I grew up, on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Now I'm in Virginia, so
Okay,
I know a
okay.
little
My
bit,
dad's
right?
from.
So,
Yeah.
you get on campus, you'll get to learn what Ocean City, Maryland's about, right? A little short drive
Right,
to the
right,
beach.
right, right, right.
But so did you have other programs reach out to you? And if so, kind of what was that domino effect like?
Yeah, Dartmouth, Arizona State, U of H, Wyoming, um,
Just a handful,
Virginia.
right?
Yeah, they were all just texting, talking on the phone, um, and especially after Maryland offered, it really picked up.
That's huge.
Um, and then it ended up coming down to Maryland and Arizona State, and I never, the dead period. We couldn't go anywhere, go on any visits, because of Corona and all of
That's
this.
it,
And so I wasn't gonna blind commit anywhere that I haven't been able to get the feel for.
for sure.
But I was blessed enough to have been in Maryland, and I feel like it all worked out the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. It was the right fit.
I got you. So, did you have the opportunity to do like virtual visits or anything like that with other programs? I would imagine.
Yeah, like I did virtual with Dartmouth. I was on the phone a whole bunch, Zoom meetings with a whole bunch of different coaches.
Okay.
They would send videos of the campus and the athletic facilities and stuff like that. They did what they could with the situations given. So
No, man, that's cool. I was just curious on kind of what the insider point of view was, with what a virtual visit looks like, because I'm seeing on my Twitter feed, man, like junior day virtual visits and all these
yeah,
things.
yeah,
So I was just
yeah.
curious what that looked like, what it felt like, because man, I've been to plenty of visits, to plenty of campuses, but I was just curious, man, what's a virtual visit consist of?
Man, they get you on there and it's like you're in class almost.
Okay,
You get on, you log in, and you're on Zoom, and they gotta let you into the room. And once you're in the room, they talk, and they're sitting in their office, and they share their screen and play a video. And while the video is playing, it's like basically like a VR set. Like it's
okay,
like you're walking on the campus, and you walk into the weight room, and you're looking around the weight room, and the coaches are talking in the background, describing what's going on, what you're looking at, where you're at. This is where you would be at when you're eating. This is where you would go to your science class, all
okay.
that kind
So
of stuff.
they literally go basically what they do
Yeah,
in person, but virtually,
just
like a full
virtual. It's
virtual
just
feel, man.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
okay.
and then they show you dorms and all of that. So they did the best they can. Technology these days is crazy. So
Yeah.
it was basically like you're there
Hey,
without
that's
being
it.
there. So it was cool.
I mean, peep this. I mean, I'm in Virginia, you're in Houston, right?
Right,
And we
exactly.
got this bomb interview going right now. So,
Right,
and we're
right.
broadcasting live across the nation.
Yeah,
So let's go,
exactly.
man. Technology is a beautiful thing when it works.
Yes, sir.
Except when my camera
Yes,
decides
sir.
to act up and my man Biggie keeps falling.
Right,
But
right.
nonetheless, so that's cool, man. So we did a bunch of virtual visits. You had a bunch of conversations, and then ultimately, man, it really stuck to you. Who was first, right? Who showed the most love? Who came at you? Who was consistent, nonstop? And then Coach
Yeah.
Locks and his staff was the end all be all, right? And that's where you
Yes,
decide
sir.
you're going to call home. And so when do you report to campus? Are you going to graduate early and then head down there, or what's that looking like?
No, actually, at my school, they don't allow you to graduate early.
Okay,
The curriculum doesn't, allow you to do that. So
sure.
I graduate May 22nd and then go up June 17th.
Okay, very cool.
Yes,
So
sir.
you'll be down the road from me, man.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like
Yeah,
it.
my dad is from Petersburg, so he's from Virginia, and all our family is up there,
Oh, that works out well
um,
then.
up in the DMV. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got some ties to the DMV, right? So you're
Yes,
good.
sir.
You'll have some
Yes,
fans
sir.
in the stands once this whole
Exactly.
pandemic lets up.
Exactly.
That's cool, man. So look, man, let's kind of switch gears. So we done heard, what took you to Maryland, but let's hear about, what got you started, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
what if I were to talk to say your head coaches at your pro, football team, right? At the high school.
Yeah.
If I were to talk to
Right.
those guys, what would they say are some of your biggest strengths that really make you stand out compared to the guy beside
Leadership and work ethic.
you? Okay.
Point blank. That those are my strengths. I'm a leader in everything I do, whether that be in class, in at a workout, at a new 7-on-7, whatever it may be. I'm a lead regardless because I'm a natural born leader,
Okay.
and I take pride in that. And if you would have saw me freshman year compared to where I'm at right now, it's just hard work. Like, nothing that was really given to me like that to the point where like I had to earn everything. I did not look the way I look right now as a freshman. I'm not the most athletic out of all of it, but I'm gonna outwork my everybody, and I hope that I can set that example for everybody else to follow, that to make everybody else better. You know, I'm real competitive. Like everything I do, like it could be tic tac toe, and I'm gonna get up screaming trying to win.
That's
You
it,
know,
man.
that's just what I. Yeah, so that's what I think for sure is just the leadership aspect of it and the hard work, because I know what it takes to make it. I've been in that locker room with NFL guys for my whole life. Like I know what it takes. And you know, at the crib at home, you know, my dad and my mom when she was here, you know, they instilled that in me to always go 110% and to lead and set that example.
Nah,
So
man.
that's for sure.
Look, shout out to your parents for getting you straight, man, keeping you on the straight and narrow, getting you where you need to be. I mean, you talk with an incredible head on your shoulders, well represented, man. So, University of Maryland, boy, they got a stud coming their way, natural born leader, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
let's think about that on the flip side. If I were to talk to those same folks, what would they say are some of your biggest opportunities, or maybe not some, but what would the opportunity be? What is something that you want to tighten up or really perfect going into to the next level?
Man, you know, I don't even think they would say this, but for myself, examining myself, looking in the mirror, I need to work on my discipline routine, keeping a routine. Cause you know, listening to all these different people talking, getting all this advice is really about the little things and the things you do on a day to day that get you to where you want to go. So it's not the workout videos that people post. It's not, you know, flexing all of this and all of that. It's waking up at the same time and stretching every day. Because I'm not flexible, I'm not that flexible. So
That's it.
I wake up at 6 o'clock and I go through a whole hour stretch routine to do some yoga. Like you know, it's little things like that. Like
Hold on, hold
I'm
on,
in
hold
a
on. You say you do the yoga?
yeah, I do Tai
My
Chi.
man. You're
Yeah,
like you're like the third or fourth dude that I've had on the show that shouted out yoga, man, and it just
yes,
caught me
sir.
it caught me by surprise until somebody went into detail and really expressed the importance of what yoga is and how it works with what you do
Yeah.
as a football player, man.
So look, so my mom, she had got sick in 2017. She got breast cancer and she passed in 2019.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Right.
that.
And so when she got sick, a friend referred my parents to a 37th generation monk from
Okay,
China, and he does Tai Chi and he's a healer.
okay,
And so once they got into that, my dad got into it and started going every day. And then he put me in there, and that has showed me so many things just about body control and movement, and like you said, yoga and stretching and just having control and mindfulness.
right.
You know, I started meditating, I started doing all of that, just simply like stretching, like really stretching, because like all my high school teammates know, I used to not be able to touch my toes. Like I could not, I was not flexible at all.
Now
But
you're doing the
once I
full
started
splits, right?
learning, now yeah, now it's like I'm good. Like I could be a cheerleader jumping up in the air and
There
stuff.
you go.
But you know, that's just
That's your second calling during basketball season, right?
exactly. So that's just super important, man. Just sticking to my routines and paying attention to the little details and just being able to hear, not even criticism, but ways to improve. Instead of taking stuff so personal, just listening and being able to digest things because you don't really know everything. So
Yeah,
being
for
able
sure.
to take in, because I'm gonna be a freshman all over again. I have a whole lot to learn. I'm gonna be playing Big Ten football.
That's
So
big
I'm gonna
big
need
time
to
football.
exactly. I'm gonna need to take in everything. So that's really what I need to work on is just sticking to my routine and paying attention to the little things. That's going to get me to do the big things that I want to do.
Man, that's huge. So with all that, right? What do you got in the works to, I know you touched on a handful of it, but are you working with any coordinators or trainers or coaches outside of, your high school? Are you
Oh
part of any
yeah.
7-on-7 league or anything like that? Anybody you want to shout out?
So of course. So I'm gonna
Let's
shout
do
out
it.
Justin Allen, All In Sports 7-on-7 KFA, all of them, Coach Cam, all of them, man. Shout out to them, Coach Cam. Shout out to you, Ben Fairchild Sports Performance. Shout out to them, Coach Brandon, Coach Ben, Michael, all of them over there, man. Shout out to y'all. But I broke my wrist. I got surgery. I 5 games into the season. I went up for a ball and tried to catch myself and
Right.
ended up breaking my lunate and my scaphoid, but I didn't know, so I played 4 more games with it, or 3 more games. I was playing for 4 more weeks with it, and then they made me go get an X-ray, and
Mm,
then it ended up being real bad, and so I had to cut my senior year short. So I was in the cast for 3 months, just got out the cast a month ago.
Okay.
And so what I'm doing now, I'm not fully clear to work out yet or anything like that, but I'm working with what I can. So like I said, I'm stretching every day. I'm going to bins, doing legs, core work, speed work, getting back into the rhythm of things, conditioning every day, trying to eat right. So, I don't get too far gone with not being able to move the way I'm used to moving. But so yeah, so 3 days a week I'm lifting. Lifting is what you could with
Right.
legs
Right.
wise and core, and then the other 3 days, like today, I'm on the bike for 25 minutes to 12 miles today.
12
So
miles. Okay.
I'm trying to work, as much as I can. And then, like I said, studying film, looking at playbooks, meditating, like keeping my mind right, because mental capacity and mental strength is what's going to put me ahead and give me that edge when I need it. So mental fitness is what we call it.
Okay.
But yeah, yes sir,
So you got all the tools to be successful, right? You
yes
got you
sir,
you got all the things, all the right things in your tool belt. I think you're gonna have a heck of a career, man. I think Maryland's incredibly lucky to have you. And you got super raw with it, right? You kind of took us through, walked us through the injury and everything, right?
yes sir.
But that's super cool, man. So, you know, I meant to ask you. This is one question that I try to ask. When anybody committed, what was the one I guess key defining factor that made Maryland that program for you?
Um, the one thing that stood out. Um, all right, like you said, I'm authentic. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna
That's
keep it
it.
real. Um, I'm big on mental health.
Okay,
I'm big on being able to express your emotions.
for sure.
It's just because of what I've been through with my mom and all of that. I've learned so much mentally that I would want to share with the world, because there's so many things that, especially for, like I said, I was in a locker room for 12 years. So, I seen how guys being there trying to act tough and not letting any emotion go and fighting through injuries and fighting through hardships going on with family and all of that, just to put on the front.
That's it.
And the one thing Locks is so headstrong about is that mental health, because his son, I don't know if you know about that story or not, but his son was killed and he had mental illness,
Oh wow.
and it snuck up on him. And now he has people come in and talk about being able to express your emotions and be authentic, and being able to sit in that, because in a book I'm reading is 13 things mentally strong people don't do. And it says being mentally strong is not looking tough 24/7. If anything, that's being mentally weak. Being mentally strong is being able to accept and identify how you're feeling, address it, deal with them, and keeping it pushing. That's what being mentally strong. And Locks is huge on that. And I want to go into psychology. I want to have my own practice for professional and collegiate athletes to come in and have a place to go to be able to deal with these emotions and learn how to actually address them. And I want all the psychologists in there to have a sports background so they know what they're going through. And Locks is in that whole program, and what he's doing up there regarding mental health is perfect for me. And after football, whenever that go, wherever football leads me, whenever that's over, that's where I want to go. That's what God has called me to do. And so being up there in College Park is definitely going to help me get started with that, and get to where I want to go regarding with that aspect. So it was deeper than football.
No, man. Look, that is incredible, and the fact that you've already got it, kind of planned out, life outside of the game, right? Because obviously the game's going to end at some point. It doesn't
Yeah,
last forever. Sometimes it takes you into your 30s. A lot of times it takes you into your mid to late 20s, right? And that's
right.
even if you're lucky. So the
Yeah,
fact that you've got the right idea of what you want to do outside of the game that will affect the game in a positive way, man. Look, I couldn't have picked a better guest, to have on the show, man, because that's as real as it gets. The
yes,
the
sir.
fact that mental health is such a big deal. I personally deal with it. A lot of people in the family do. A lot of people do in general, but they don't necessarily know how to deal with it. They don't know how to express it. And with that, man, it's good that not only do you recognize it, but you've recognized a way to kind of come at it in a positive manner, right? So,
Yes, sir.
that's huge. So let's do this, man. Let's kind of shift away from the whole football talk and student athlete piece. I think we got a great idea of exactly who you are and who what you represent.
Yeah.
But let's take it a step further and let's learn a little bit about you as a person, man. So if you don't mind, just kind of giving us a snapshot of who you are outside of the game, right? So who's Robert Smith when he's not playing football, working out,
Right.
doing yoga, any of that stuff, right?
Right.
When you're
Right.
being a teenager, man, who are you and what do you like to do?
Um, I'm a guy who's always gonna be laughing. Like I'm always making a joke. I'm always dying with somebody. Like I'm always gonna smile. Like that's big. So, um, I love music. I'm a music geek. I love music.
When you say
I
music
I
geek,
just
who we tapped into right now?
man, right now I'm really on my Erica Badu stuff right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The
I'm on my Erica Badu stuff right now, on my Jill Skywave. So
oh man, that's high
that's
school
that's
right
what I
there.
yeah, I'm more
Okay,
of an old soul.
I like that.
So,
Oh man, they'll get
I
your mind right.
yeah, exactly. So, I'm a music geek. I love being with my people, with my friends, with my circle. And going bowling, talk golf, whatever it may be, just genuine time because we can get so lost in just
That's it.
what we trying to do, and everybody need a break some time, so just to be you and just have fun, like you said. And I'm dedicated just to whatever I'm doing. Like I said, I'm competitive, so whenever we go bowling, all my people watching this, like we
Let's
bowling,
go.
I'm going for real.
That's
Like
cool,
I'm
man.
for real. So yeah, yeah.
Cool. So look, man, I appreciate you, walking us through the career, walking us through, the why behind Maryland, right? And then you even took it a step further and took us to school with the whole mental health thing. So I appreciate that. I think this is an absolute great platform for that to be shared. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir.
In the fact that you're a real kid, man. You're a teenager who
Right.
does teenager stuff, right? But
Yeah.
still, represent yourself well enough to be very mature. So I think you got a very bright future. I'm gonna close it out with the same question I do every single time, man, and that's what
Okay.
motivates and what drives you to want to wake up tomorrow and be that much more successful than you were today.
This necklace, this woman on my necklace right here.
I felt like I knew that.
Simple as that. She's on my pinky. It's the date that she died. On this one, it's be great for her. That's all the motivation I need, man. She gave me everything I needed before she transitioned in order for me to do what I wanted to do and what she knew I wanted to do. And even though like you said, it's all about perspective. So it's like I could have looked at that situation and my life could have took a turn for the worse. But I know that's not what she would want. I know that's not what she raised me to do. I know that's not the type of people we are. That's not what we are. That's not what we're about. We gotta keep going. We gotta get stronger from it. You gotta use this as motivation, like you said, to keep pushing. That's my why. I got a acronym in my room. Consistency. That's my word. And I got a definition for every letter. And at the very end of it, the why. Know your why. All from my mom. That's it.
That's
So when I
huge.
wake up and I don't feel like doing something, or if I don't want to go to this workout, or if I'm hurting, I just think about that fight that she was fighting, how strong she was when she was fighting her fight. So I got to go out there and fight my fight 2 times harder just for her.
That's it, man. Look, you're a great dude, man. I super hope we get to cross paths at some point. We're super close. I got some
Yes, sir.
ties to the Big Ten, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
hopefully we get to link up. Stay safe, stay healthy. Let's stay in
Yep.
contact, man. Until next
Yes,
time,
sir.
I appreciate you taking the time and doing this. For everybody out
Thank you
there,
for having me.
this is why Spotlight 39 exists for this exact reason, man. Till next
Yes,
time, we'll
sir.
chat, all right?
All right.
My man, hold on for a second. Technical difficulties. I just got to transition you. All right, all right. So let's see. Do we have my man Cam Davis on the line? Give me a moment. I'm gonna reach out to him. I know we're live. He's tapped in right now. I just need to get him to join the cast. Give me a second. Just shot my man a message. He should be joining soon. Got his info down at the bottom. Give me a second. Just got to switch this up real quick. How many people we got? We got 20 eyes on the broadcast right now. Drop me a comment. Let me know who's watching right now. He should be joining any moment.